Hello, I'm Rob Samples with Meatrix. I want to introduce to you the Meatrix System. The Meatrix System is the world's first meat analyzer that analyzes and guides you through the cooking process. It's definitely not a meat thermometer. It is something totally different and unique. It is the award-winning, patented Meatrix System. The Meatrix System will assure that your meat is cooked precisely to the doneness that you want. It will ensure that your meat is safe to eat, especially pork and poultry, which is extremely important. It will tell you when your meat is done, and it will guide you through the process so anyone can cook the perfect piece of meat over and over and over again. What we have here is our demo unit that we take to restaurants and other commercial customers to demonstrate the Meatrix System. This demo unit is capable of monitoring and analyzing and guiding you through the cooking process of 12 different meats simultaneously. The commercial unit can process and analyze essentially an unlimited number of meats, and it has larger screens and multiple screens that make it easier for the commercial and restaurant users to use. Coming down the line is something for the residential and retail customers. This should be hitting the market very shortly. This unit will have 2 probes and will have virtually all the same features as the professional commercial version. So why did we invent the Meatrix System? Many years ago, my wife gave me a device that I could use on my home grill that would detect the temperature of the meat, and a little hat on the device would pop up telling me when it had reached a certain doneness. This was much better than what I could do by hand before, just guessing, cutting the steak, letting the juices bleed out. But it still wasn't perfect. Then a few years later, people came out with the electronic digital temperature sensors. Much better job of measuring the temperature, but still, it wasn't perfect. Most of the steaks were still coming out over or undercooked. Then I took a look at what was going on. The core science behind that entire approach is not consistent with anything in chemistry or physics or thermodynamics. It made no sense. So we looked at modeling, and we looked at chemistry, and we looked at modeling the chemistry. Through this process, we came up with the proprietary and patented algorithms that are used in the Meatrix System. On top of what we were able to do, and I was just a layman at the grill, and a pure amateur, restaurant after restaurant was serving us over and undercooked meat. We were sending meat back to the kitchen 2 and 3 times sometimes to get it cooked, and often it was even overcooked when it came back. There obviously was a market for this. There were some restaurants that went out of business because they could not keep or provide a quality product to their customers. So that's why we came up with the commercial version of the Meatrix System. And then our experience from my past trying to cook at home illustrated that we really had a market for this at home. And this is why we are bringing the technology to the average home user in a cost-effective package. The Meatrix System is very easy to use. You simply go to the color touchscreen. The probes are grouped together in groups of 4 color-coded probes. Then each group of 4 is grouped together into zones. Clustering in groups of 4 like this make it very easy to keep track of multiple probes on the same grill. To set up the types of meat you want to use and the doneness level, you switch to the setup screen, select the type of meat you're cooking, be it pork, poultry, beef. Then you select the doneness level you want simply by touching the touch screen. Once your selections are done, you touch the restart button, and that takes you or starts the process, and then you hit the previous screen button, and that will take you back to the status screen where you will monitor the process and be guided through the cooking procedures. The commercial version of the Meatrix is equipped with Wi-Fi. This lets you use your laptop, tablet, or even a cell phone to remotely control and monitor the process. You actually see and control the actual touchscreen. To use the Meatrix system, it's very important that you put the tip of the probe into the center of the meat. To do this, you mark the tip with the center of the meat and use your finger to act as an end stop. Then you turn the meat vertically. It's very important to do this because it makes it so much easier to find the middle of the meat and insert the probe into the center of the meat. Otherwise, you could go either this side or the other side. So you insert the probe into the center of the meat, put it on the grill, and then you just simply wait for the next prompt from the computer. Oh, I love that sound. Sizzle, sizzle. It makes my day. Today we're cooking on a grill with the Meatrix system. Meatrix system, it really doesn't matter what the heat source is. It could be a campfire, it could be a fire, smoker, an oven. It really doesn't matter. Heat is heat. Okay, now we're cooking. You can see from the screen most of the prompts that the Meatrix system will give a chef. We can see that the first and the last meats in zone 2 require flipping. We also see that the first meat in zone 3 requires flipping. In addition, we see that the first meat in zone 2 needs to have a lower temperature. If we don't lower the temperature, then the meat stands a risk of overcooking or continuing to cook once we take the meat off the grill. On the second zone, meat in zone 2, we see that the temperature needs to be raised. If we don't raise the temperature, it will never get to the desired doneness level. To clear the alarms, all we have to do is touch the screen where the alarm is flashing, and it will reset the alarm. Now we are nearly done cooking our meat. The bar graphs have appeared. The bar graph shows us where we are between the desired level of doneness and the level of doneness just before the desired level. That allows us to select a doneness between the two. As an example, if the bar graph were midway, then we would know that we're halfway between medium rare and medium. Then the time indicators also indicate that we are nearly done cooking, and it gives us a heads up as to when we need to have the rest of the meal plated. And there we have the third probe, or the third meat in zone 2 is done, and so is the first meat in zone 2. Now I have 5 steaks ready to feed my hungry family, perfectly cooked exactly the way they want it to be. Remember, this is a commercial unit. This demo unit can handle 12 meats simultaneously, but the commercial unit will be able to handle essentially an unlimited number of meats. The good news is Imagitronics is about to release the handheld version of the Meatrix. This is a battery-powered unit that does 2 meats simultaneously with all the same features, the tools, the accuracy, the precision, the assurance that your meat is safe to eat, and that the doneness is exactly as you want it every time. Look at these perfectly cooked steaks. Wouldn't it be great to know that you can do this time after time after time, always having happy friends, happy family at the dinner table? Just imagine, soon you will be able to with the handheld Meatrix.